Hello and welcome to this feature interview. I'm Emily Carrier. A household name at Emory and Henry has earned a prestigious award in the honors program on campus. Junior Katie Beth Boardwine has been named Honors Scholar of the Year, and what a story she has. Katie Beth, thank you for joining us today on EHCTV.
Thank you for having me, Emily.
So, you've been named Honors Scholar of the Year as a junior
Yep.
at Emory and Henry. Explain to me what this award is.
So, Honor Scholar of the Year is basically an award that recognizes the honors student in an honors program in an institution in West Virginia or Virginia, or West Virginia and Virginia, and picks that one scholar that sends in a nomination about, like what they're involved in and what they care about, and then it picks not the best, but like the best applicant for the year, and and sends them to Richmond to speak at a conference, and it's pretty neat.
So this isn't just one from Emory and Henry. This is one student from 2 states,
Yes.
and it's you. So have you been to Richmond yet to speak?
Yeah, that was this past weekend. Me and Dr. Lane and my mom and daddy and 2 other kids from the program went, and so we got to be in the middle of the city and be in front of, I think there were 150 honor scholars there from those 2 states, and I got to stand up and present my little personal narrative, which is, what the honors program means to me and what I sent in for my nomination, and so that was a really good experience.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. What does the honors program mean to you?
Okay, well, what I talked about was when I started at Emory, I was a little lost because even though I'm from Saltville, which is 15 minutes away from campus, I didn't really, I didn't know where I fit. I didn't know any of the people, because for my graduating class, we only had about 4 that went on to a 4-year institution. And so I was like, even though Emory's kind of small, it's still huge compared to where I'm from. So I didn't know where I fit in. I didn't know where I belonged. And I handed in all my honors work my first semester for transitions, and it was horrendous. Dr. Lane would hand papers back to me and be like, "What is this, Katie Beth?" His very proper mannerisms. And I would be like, I worked really hard on that. I don't know. But so eventually it came down to a point where I was like, I'm going to go to his office and I'm going to tell him, thank you for everything you've done for me, but I'm about done. This is it. So I went to his office and I said, "Hey, Dr. Lane," and before I even got out the rest of my sentence, he was like, "Katie Beth, when are you going to stop apologizing for who you are and start showing me what you can do?" And I was like, "All right, you got it. I'm going to go back to class now." So that's kind of the transformation that occurred from that conversation. Kind of helps me, gave me the confidence and the courage to do the things that I'm trying to do on campus now.
So what changed from that conversation with Dr. Lane to where you are now? What kind of clicked for you?
I think that it was just the understanding that, you're going to mess up on stuff. Every day you're going to mess up on stuff, but it's how you come back. It's how you mess up and then keep on going. And so that's what that conversation taught me. That's what my first year here taught me, and that's what I'm still learning, is that you have to keep on keeping on, I guess.
So you said you wrote about the honors program. You also wrote a personal narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And was that just about where you came from and how you got here?
Yeah. Essentially, I opened it with a poem by Susie Morgenstern, and it was one of the books that Rosalind Reichard read to us when we came in. And she was like, it talks about how, no matter what I be when I grow up, I will make miracles. So I talked about how, my first semester here was rough, rocky, really bad, and then it keeps getting better. And so I talked about, I tied my college story into my life story, I guess. So that went pretty well, I guess.
Right. Rosalind Reichard, the president, when we came in, very inspirational to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So your reaction when you found out that you've been named Honors Scholar of the Year, what did you do? What did you say? Did you call your parents?
Yeah, it was actually over fall break. Yeah, fall break. I was in the car with my mama. We were going to, I don't even remember where we were going to, but she had just got on to me because she was looking at my grades, because I still let my mom look at my grades, because I figure, if she's paying for it, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't look at that, Mom. But she was fussing about a B that I had in something, and I was like, okay, Mom, this B is definitely the worst of our problems that we're ever going to have. And then I checked my email, just to sort of be like, okay, Mom, keep on. And I checked my email, and there was an email in there that said, congratulations, you've been Virginia Honor Scholar of the Year. And I, put my little phone down, and I went, all right, Mom, you know how you're so mad about that B right now? And she was like, yes, I'm pretty mad at you, Catherine. And I was like, Honor Scholar of the Year right here. And so I kind of gloated a little too much at that point, but I was excited. She was excited. She let go of being mad for a minute.
So now that you're Honor Scholar of the Year, are you allowed to make B's in this spring semester?
I hope so. I think that the Honor Scholar can still make B's. B's are pretty honorable.
Okay, good to know. So now you're not only an honors student here at Emory-Henry, you're involved in a plethora of things. I know you're running for student government vice president coming up next semester. How's that going?
It's pretty exciting. I've never really been involved with student government here on campus, but Taekwon Cates asked me to be his running mate because he's running for president, and I was like, of course, I would love to do that, because anybody who knows Taekwon Cates knows what a wonderful young man he is and what an inspirational leader he is. So to be able to be behind him really makes me super excited, and we're working on a lot of interesting things for next year. So hopefully we'll be able to be a really good president and vice president team.
Do you have any of those, just to tease us with, projects that you're thinking about?
Yeah, well, first of all, on our platform, the most important thing to us is diversity. We want to make sure that Emory becomes a more welcoming and open environment to everyone. And our second little thing that I think is really cool is called Leaving a Legacy. And what we want to do is do some sort of a fundraiser where we take bricks from in front of Van Dyke, how the cobblestones are so messed up, and let people give donations and stuff. And the donations will be able to put your name on the little stone, so you can put it in the brick, put it in the road work, I guess, so that when you graduate, when you leave, part of you will be left here, because I think that student visibility is something that we need on campus in our architecture. And so we'll try to see what we can do with that, and then we're talking about an outdoor basketball court, and we're just going to do whatever we can do for the students here.
I love the Leaving a Legacy. Be sure and contact alumni, because I bet a couple of us that are graduating would love to do that. Well, Katie Beth, we're out of time, but I am so proud of you. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
This has been your EHCTV feature interview with Honor Scholar of the Year, Katie Beth Boardwine. I'm Emily Carrier.